Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about why Jon Snow didn't become the king of Seven Kingdoms, why things happened like they happened. And I'm going to tell you my opinion from the psychological point of view, and I hope you will like it. So, first of all, let's say that Jon Snow was the person who is goal-oriented, who is the result-oriented. And people are usually divided into two categories. The first category of people are holding on the programs of survival. And there are four programs of survival. The first one, I want to be a good person. People who want to be a good person are afraid of the other people's opinion. And the second one, comfort zone. People want to be in the comfort zone, to stay in the comfort zone as much as possible. The third one is the control. People like to control people, people like to control events. And the other one, the fourth one, is I want to be right. So, and to be the goal-oriented, you have to not stop holding on these programs of survival. And Jon Snow, as you see, he didn't do this. He let all these programs go. He didn't care about the other people's opinion. He didn't care about the comfort zone being right, and he stopped controlling the situation. It was like it was. So, and why is it sometimes risky to be goal-oriented, to be the result-oriented? Because people can make mistakes. And you know, Jon Snow made mistakes.
I failed. Good. Now go fail again.
But he reached his result. The result is the best judge. Jon Snow, he reached his result. Of course, some people might say he could have died in the battle with Ramsay, but Sansa has saved him, whatever. But again, result is the best judge. Then, people who are goal and result oriented, they can set the boundaries. What does it mean, set the boundaries? It means that when you do it, you are ready for the worst. It means that do or die. You cannot do something like, how can I set my boundaries and become with a good relationship with somebody, whatever. So you have to be ready for the worst. Setting the boundaries requires taking a risk.
I haven't given you permission to leave.
With respect, Your Grace, I don't need your permission. I am a king. Now, I came here knowing that you could have your men behead me or your dragons burn me alive. I put my trust in you, a stranger, because I knew it was the best chance for my people, for all our people. Now I'm asking you to trust in a stranger, because it's our best chance.
He was ready for the worst, and he knew how to set the boundaries. Why is it really important to set the boundaries? Because when we do it, a lot of opportunities, a lot of possibilities are open in front of us. A lot of doors are open in front of us. That's how it happens. So he got his freedom. Why didn't he become the king of Seven Kingdoms? Just because his soul he has already had this experience of being a king. To be the king of North just doesn't make any difference to be the king of the greatest difference to be the king of Seven Kingdoms. And his soul has already had this experience, and he didn't want this experience anymore. And that's why he chose to become free. And some people didn't like it because to be free requires just, I don't know what to start with. I don't know what shall I do next. I have to learn to do something new. a lot of opportunities happen, but people don't know how uh, to deal with this freedom. And that's why it's easier for them to continue do what they did before. Like if you remember, so many slaves were given freedom. Did many of them um, chose this freedom? They chose to do what they really could do. They chose just the same. I don't actually know what's the difference between that slavery and that the way they chose. Because the real freedom, again, requires risk, and they were afraid of taking a risk. They have to think what to do next, and to learn something new. Sometimes we don't want to learn something new, and sometimes we don't really know how to start something new. And Jon Snow's soul was not afraid of that, because to have this freedom, many people want this freedom, but at the same time they are afraid of this freedom. And his soul hasn't been afraid of this freedom and chose it. That's why, of course, he had a lot of followers, and he was ready to do something new, to create something new in his world, and to experience something new. That's how it usually happens. And of course, there is a very, very great axiom in psychology. We have in our life, whatever the result we have in our life is the result of our subconscious desires. So, and he got this freedom. And some people might say, oh, maybe he would have chosen something different, but it was not his choice. So, whatever we have in our life is the result of our subconscious desires. And his soul, maybe subconscious mind, has chosen this freedom. Some people may have not very pleasant or unpleasant events in their life, but their souls need these lessons. And so how it happens. That's all I wanted to tell you today. My name is Hodge. I wish you a great day.